Well, if you got a dollar on just a lousy down, you know that I got rhythm that could suit your budget fine. You can take or leave me, but you ain't got much time, 'cause I just keep on rolling down the line.
Hey, this is Patrick with Trusty Huckster Mercantile. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the May Drop Sale Shop Hop. This month sponsored by or hosted by Beth of Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties. If you are watching this evening as the videos become available, you are most of the way through the event. It started earlier this evening at 5 p.m. Eastern with Beth. Actually with Vintage Uprising Texas. Then it went to Mimi's Treasure Cottage. Then at 6 p.m. Eastern was Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties. Then Reclaimed Treasures by Mary. Then Thrill of the Thrift, Vintage Conversation. You're catching me at 8 p.m. Eastern, Trusty Extra Mercantile. Following this video will be Vintage Vinny coming on at 8:30 Eastern. Then Crafty Kitty Vintage, and wrapping things up at 9:30 Eastern is Vintage and Vino. If you missed some of the earlier videos, no worries. I put the links in the description of this video. You can always go back and check out their videos and see if there might still be some items available to claim. But going forward, at every half hour, at the half hour mark, and at the top of the hour, be sure to jump to the remaining videos that are filling out the rest of the evening and get first dibs at everything they have to offer. If you've never participated in a drop sale, check out the description, the description of this video for how to claim. In general, it is not a live sale, so there is no live chat. So if in order to claim something, you do need to stop the video, go into the comments section of the video, type in the number or the letter that I will give you to claim your item. The first person that I see claiming in the comment section is the person who will claim, will get that item. Please be aware it must be in the public comments. I've had people who try and send me a private message saying that they want something, but then it becomes difficult to tell which came first. So if there's ever a discrepancy, I will always have to use the one that is the publicly viewable one. So just keep that in mind. You may also want to jump in and out of the video, because if you wait until the end of the video and try and claim everything all at once, you may miss out on some of the items that were available earlier on. So to get things started, once again, as I've been doing with a lot of these drop sale videos, I'm doing this as a $5 ephemera sale. So pricing, pretty straightforward. Everything I'm going to show to you is $5. Again, just claiming it with either the number or the letter that I make available. Starting things off are two individual items. These are going to be sold separately. I've had these in the past, but these graphically are very different than the ones that I've offered. These are optometrist packets of lens cleaners. So it has the little tissue papers in here that you can pull off, treated tissue for your eyeglasses. And this one has a birthday theme on there with a little bunny rabbit sitting at a desk. And the other one is also this many happy returns. So I'm assuming this is also a birthday. These are both from the same woman, G.A. Belford in Chicago Street. Oh, it looks like two different addresses. Central Time Inspection. So I'm not sure where this was based. But anyway, these are available for $5 each. And if you would like the little bunny rabbit at the desk, you can grab him by claiming with letter O. And if you want the floral with many happy returns, you can claim that by giving me letter B. The next item is also similar items, but available different styles that you can claim. The optometrist lens cleaners, those were the only ones available. The ones I'm about to show you, I do actually have multiples available. So if you are monitoring the chat, this is a case where you can actually be the second, third, or in some cases even fourth person to claim these items and still be able to get one. Because what I have now are vintage tobacco, they're all going to be vintage advertising bags. They're a mixture of the product. So we've got a pure leaf scrap tobacco bag. We then also have an old domestic chewing tobacco bag, a little hourglass in the middle. We also have tangy and spicy old-fashioned honey and horehound drops. So that is not a tobacco bag. Do one other tobacco bag. Yeah, here it is. This is the other tobacco bag that I have. This is the Tallman Plain Scraps. And you can see the S's are like the two tall men with their top hats and canes. Some great, fabulous, great graphics on these. Plain tobacco in a plain bag for the chewer who likes it plain. This one has a gusseted side, but a non-gusseted bottom. So this will not sit up on its own, where the other tobacco bags actually have gusseted bottoms. So you could actually put little candles in them to make them votive holders, luminaries, whatever you would like. And the last bag that I have is the last 3 that I have remaining of the Parrot popcorn bag. Top pop seasoned popcorn, crispy, tender, delicious, chunky nut products. See the great carnival graphics going on in the background with a fantastic parrot in the front with that teal and red, great mid-century colors. All 5 of these bags are available. I've got multiples of all of them, but I have different quantities of each. If you would like each one, you just grab with the correct letter. So if you want the pure leaf scrap bag, you get that by giving me letter A. If you would like the old domestic chewing tobacco, you get that by giving me letter U. If I'm keeping the tobacco bags together, if you would like the Tallman scrap bag, you get that by giving me letter E. If you would like the tangy and spicy honey and horehound drops, you get that by giving me letter D. And if you would like the popcorn bag, you get that by giving me letter F. The next items I have are kind of a mixed ephemera. I do not have duplicates of any of these, so these are just going to be $5, the first to claim. Next item is just great for an ephemeral or just fun for people that are involved in the county fair circuit. This is the Edwards County Fair in Albion, Illinois. It is the second prize, the second premium, the red ribbon, not the blue ribbon, for the 50th annual fair. I actually meant to look up to see when the first fair was, so I'm not sure when this is from. I'm going to assume it is from the 60s, maybe even getting into the 70s, but it's just a cool, still has the original string that would have held from it. Makes a fun little framed piece or something that anybody, maybe someone from Albion, Illinois, you get it for $5 by giving me number 69. These were a fun little set of cards I found. Again, you get all 3 of these for $1 money. I only have the 1 set. They look like little business cards and a little on the small side. But if you look at the actual business cards, they've got a little edge to them. So this is Miss Embrace. Night lessons in one-arm driving, low rates to married men. So you've got Miss Embrace. You furnish the car and the gas. I furnish air and water. No all good parking places. Late classes, a specialty. So you're getting a little saucy there. And then we've got another card for Madame Goldie Digger. Residence is Gas House Alley, reception room, anybody's rumble seat. Compromising, done to order, cavemen tamed on short notice. Girls, why worry along with a timid sweetie when I can teach him to spend his money like a millionaire? I use a painless process and guarantee satisfaction. Madame Goldie Digger. And something that all of us can relate to, the special driver's permit certifies that the person who has this card has been is worthy of a hereby license as a practical backseat driver. Registrar, I am annoying. So you've got the backseat driver license, Miss Goldie Digger business card, and the Miss Embrace training lessons. You get all 3 of those for $5 by giving me number 4. Next is a different type of card. I did a video with Heather Elizabeth on Antique Agenda on Victorian trade cards, and they come in a variety of different level of designs. They start crossing over into calling cards. They all have different sizes and shapes. This one, I just love the fact it had the dog on there, and it's for Ladies and Gents Cafe on Brace Street from E.K. Brooks Proprietor. So this is kind of like a trade card, kind of like a business card, since it has the proprietor's name on there, but it's a cafe that's using a dog for its business license or business persona. Nothing on the back. Great little card, fun piece for $5. Get it by giving me number 97. The next one is a greeting card. and has its original envelope. It does not appear that it was ever sent, just still has its envelope, because it is greetings from Catalina, California. Here's a souvenir and a sincere wish from the lovely land of the, what's going to rhyme with that card? Flying fish. And as I open the card, the fish flew right out. So you've got a Catalina Island, California greeting card, land of the flying fish. And in it, you have this little paper flying fish on a postcard that once upon a time was probably glued into this. The glue is dried, but you still have the card itself, or the flying fish itself, which would actually put a little hook on it and make a great Christmas ornament. So you get a greeting card, vintage greeting card. And let's see, did it have a year on it? Uh-oh, Roman numerals. 47. So it's from 1947. Catalina Island, $5 greeting card by giving me number 1. The next item of mixed ephemera, I actually lied. This one does have duplicates, but they're all the same. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these available. They are Valentine, puppy love is dandy, we're happy all the time, and so I send this candy to you, my Valentine. And if you look really closely, you can see there are die cut curves in there. What this is a lollipop holder. So you've got a die cut down at the very bottom. You can see that little curve that has a place that would open up as a hole. So you would put the stick of the lollipop, and then you've got the designs at the top to be able to hold the head of the lollipop in place. So I have 4 of these available. They're available for $5 each. And if you would like one of the lollipop vintage Valentine lollipop holders, get it for $5 by giving me number 80. The next batch I have are all, I don't have duplicates of any of these, but I kind of group them into themes. So I'm going to show you different kind of types of ephemera, and then show you, use them individually or offer them individually. So the first I have is basically new old stock sales receipts. So they are considered bill heads. So you've got illustrated bill heads, and you've got, this one is the Brett's Livery, E.L. Adams proprietor, livery and boarding stables. An absolutely fantastic illustration of horse and carriage. And although this one less heavily illustrated, check out what it's for. It's for A.P. Shaw, funeral director. So funeraria is a fun collectible in any type, including ephemera. And so I make these 2 items available for $5 each. If you would like the funeral director billhead, you can get that by giving me M for $5. And if you would like the Brett's Livery Virgin billhead, you get that for $5 by giving me letter Z. I also have some Victorian, some other Victorian trade cards. Guess I forgot I had that other one in that other batch. These are slightly larger, and these are just kind of a mixed batch. So this one is for Freer's Bazaar. It's a much larger scale. This one is embossed. Doesn't have anything on the back, but you can see the embossing a little bit better on the back. So the little boy and the little girl floating on what appears to be an egg that's been turned into a sailboat, some great flowers and birds. The largest stock of dry goods, the best styles in cloaks and dress goods, the lowest prices on goods of all kind, Freer's Bazaar. So you've got this one for $5. You have a greetings for the success of our business lunch. So this is a restaurant trade card. Condensed coffee served with pure cream, cafe for ladies and gentlemen. That was on that other card too. So I guess that was a thing to promote the fact that you could have ladies and gentlemen in the same establishment. And on this one does have printing on the back that gives the information of the actual restaurant, and then the condensed coffee that they're serving, location in New York and in Chicago. So that one will be available. And then a third card is great little card with children in a schoolhouse for E. Jacobs, Tailor, and Clothier. This is on 50th Avenue A in New York. All of these are in great condition. They're $5 each. And if you would like the Clothier, you can get that one by giving me letter C. If you would like the restaurant with the women with the umbrellas, get that by giving me letter J. And if you would like the larger size for Freer's Bazaar, you get that by giving me letter R. Again, $5 each. The next batch I've got is, these would really be more considered vintage advertising. These would be fantastic for framing. We put them in a frame, fantastic as a gift, because what these are, they're one-sided. So it's great when if everything's on one side, because it makes them easier to frame. But they are little brochures or little sales collateral for a shoe company. So you've got Arch Preserver shoe, and then each design has the name of the shoe on there. So this is the Gibsley, a step-in pump using attractively constructed buckle, and you've got the pricing there. So you've got the Gibsley, the Maisie, the Sylvia, a one-strap model, is so dainty and always a favorite. And the Pola, a novelty one-strap, the type that adds a touch of smartness to every costume. So prices were all about the same. So each of these would have been either sent as a mailer, maybe available in a store. Again, nothing is printed on the back, but just look at the great design of these, probably from the 30s. An absolutely fantastic look from the Bouderie in Shamokin, Pennsylvania. These are all available individually at $5 each. To get the Pola is letter G. Show you the shoe, because in case you don't remember. If you would like the Sylvia, you get that by giving me letter V. If you would like the Maisie, you get that by giving me letter S. And if you would like the Gibsley, you get that by giving me letter W. So those are all available at $5 each. Also available at $5 each is a great collection of postcards. So I have two different types of postcards here. So I'm going to show them in pairs. They are available though individually. These are real photo postcards celebrating the U.S. Navy. So you've got America's Security, U.S. Naval Training Station, Great Lakes, Illinois. And you have the Anchored to Democracy for the U.S. Navy, also from the U.S. Naval Training Center in Great Lakes, Illinois. These are real photo postcards. That's a photo on the front. And on the back, you see it is undivided, which makes these designed prior to 1907. In 1907, they became a separated back. So this one has only one spot for everything. So this makes these earlier cards. If you would like the America's Security for $5, you get that by giving me letter N. And if you would like Anchored to Democracy, you get that by giving me letter Y. And then the other two cards are going into something that's basically a part of our history here in Chicago, the Chicago Stockyards. So I've got two postcards. These are actually posted. The other ones were not. This one is posted in 1906. So it has the message right there on the front. Cattle Pens, Union Stockyards, Chicago, Illinois. Fantastic color photo with the message written on the front. And it was sent to Pottsville, Pennsylvania, lithochrome. You can see the postmark on there, 1906. And because it's before 1907, it is an undivided back. That's why the message is on the front. The other one is also Union Stockyards, Chicago. This one's a little bit later. It is postmarked 1912. You can see because after 1907, there is a dividing line and there's a place for the address and for the message all on the back side, making the front clearer for the message. So the 1912 postcard is available for $5 by giving me letter L. And the 1906 Union Stockyard is available by giving me for $5 by giving me letter H. I've got a couple of, let's see, this is a promotional or actually just kind of a catalog. This is the original Guckert's chords for the mandolin. Now, this is actually, if you would like to learn to play the mandolin, here you go. Fascinating read. It's got all the instructions, but where the money is on this is, again, using ephemera as a decorative or decor item. Picture this on a black construction paper backing with a black frame just floating on there. This would look fantastic in a music room, in a man cave, she shed, wherever you want. Just fantastic graphics of the Guckert's chords for the mandolin. And you can add this to your collection for only $5 by giving me number 70. $5, number 70 for the mandolin catalog. Other catalogs that I've got, well, I guess they're not really catalogs. These probably drift into true magazines. I have a set of Corvette magazines. Now, I was running out of letters, so we had to get a little creative on how we're going to separate these out. These are all from the 70s, and they're basically all designed to be the same way. So you've got the cover image, back image. These are, magazines in the sense that they came out monthly, but as you go through them, all they are is a huge advertising, vintage advertising, wish book, kids candy store for the Corvette. So you've got each one focuses on something a little bit differently. And to claim these, you're going to be entering actually the year of the magazine. So this one is $5, and you get it by giving me giving me 1979. We also have the December-January 1978 issue. Great cover image, as well as a great image of the Corvette on the back. And then we've also got the October-November 1977 issue, which on the front, again, is a great image of a 78 Corvette. And on the back, you've got the front of the 78 Corvette. So again, these are all little magazines, little, but they're magazines. They have 32 pages, and they're basically 32 pages of vintage advertising of the Corvette. $5 each, great price for your favorite Corvette lover. Similarly, you'll also be claiming these based on year. I have a collection of Pony Express newspapers. So these are individual newspapers, newsprint designed with a much older style. These are all from the 50s, fantastically filled with some great vintage advertising. So each one of these, starts with the pioneer family of Montana. It's definitely taking the theme of the Old West, but some of the images and some of the articles that are in here. But then on the back, you've got contemporary of the 50s advertising for the companies that were supporting the magazine printing itself. So this one you would get by claiming with, I'll be able to read the year. This one is 1955. This is $5. Just type in 1955. Next one has a great cloud cover image. Some great advertising on the back and wonderful articles, maps, Old West focus on the inside, poetry. This one you get for 1954. The next one is got a great Bayard Taylor cover image. And this one you get by giving me 1952. The next one is highlighting the winner of the Grand Prix 1867 French Armoire at the Fine Art Studio. Great cover image on that one. Again, some great advertising on the back and articles in the middle. This one is 1950, and this is Placerville, California. I'm sorry, it's where all of these are printed. So it's California printing. And then the last one I have has a great image on the front of George Remsburg with his portrait. Again, great advertising on the back, and on the inside, more articles, more advertisements inside. This one is 1948. And then the last batch of items I have kind of moved from magazines into books. And these are the last three books that I have. All of these will again be $5 each. This one is just a great little vest pocket book of civil and business law. So it's business law, so I figured it should probably have a date on it. I could not find a copyright date, but there are a couple of examples inside of how to write business letters that are dated 1900. So this is probably early 1900s, maybe beginning of 19-teens. But it's got the little leatherette cover. A couple of the pages are getting loose and starting to come out, unfortunately. So, be aware of that. There's some great advertising in the back of it, promoting other books that were available in the series: Hill's Latin English, Latin Dictionary. And then, so if you've got a lawyer, you've got someone looking to study the law, just somebody who loves vintage, you could take some of these pages out to frame them or look fantastic in an ephemera bowl and make a great conversation piece. You can get this one for $5 by giving me number 2. The next is going to be, you do not need to be a lawyer to enjoy this one. Probably just need to be my age, because we've got the 1972 Disney on Parade program. Who here remembers these? Now, admittedly, when I purchased this, I thought this was Ice Capades. So I thought this was Disney on Ice. It is not. These were just the Disney characters in regular footwear. But just check out who they were promoting in the 1972. So you've got Herbie the Love Bug, the Three Caballeros, Sleeping Beauty, the Aristocats. Of course, you've got Mickey on the back. It's got a program. It is the gift, the souvenir booklets, the souvenir program you would get if you attended Disney on Parade. It's die cut at the top. It's a great piece. It's only $5, and I actually do have 2 of them, so I will be able to offer these to the first 2 people that claim for $5 with number 82. And my final item is a little bit more contemporary. This is getting, I think this was going into the 90s. This is a hardcover book, so this can go medium mail because this is going to be a little bit heavier. This is the Olympic Portraits by Annie Leibovitz, and it has a copyright of the first edition. So I'm giving you $5 for a first edition, and it was the first edition from 1996. And as you go through here, there are absolutely some fantastic photographs of the Olympic competitors from, let's see, 96, would that have been Atlanta? Just some absolutely fantastic full-page images, both the male and female gymnasts, so the Summer Olympics, swimmers. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful art. I did pick this up to go up onto eBay, but it is available from like dozens of places. It's not a rare book. It's typically selling there for $10 to $20. I'm going to sell it here for $5 just because I want to be able to get rid of it. So the Annie Leibovitz Olympic Portraits, great condition. Look at the corners on this. Spine is fantastic. It's only $5 and you get it by giving me number 89. And that's it. Those are all the items that I have available. Again, if you see anything you like, make sure you're claiming them in the comment section. I am not going to be available at the time this goes live. I will be traveling, and so that does relate to when I'm going to be able to get the invoices out. So I am traveling through the end of the week, and then it's Memorial Day weekend, and I have plans for Memorial Day weekend. I'll be traveling for that weekend. So invoices may be a little bit later than normal. I will try and work on them when I get home on Monday, but it's possible they may not get out until Tuesday. But I will try and do my best to flip the invoices as quickly as I can. So thank you again for joining the May Shop Hop drop sale. I will be hosting the June drop sale, so watch for information on that and make sure it's the half-hour mark is right upon us. So make sure you hop over to Vintage Vinny and catch his drop sale coming up right now. Thanks for your time. Thanks for putting your trust in Trusty Huckster. Talk to you again soon. Bye.
Well, show me a sign if you're wishing me to stay. Otherwise, I say goodbye and finish out the day. When that sunrise in the morning and you got nothing to say, oh, that's when I'll be headed on my